No, it's actually not a regular French cappy, but a Civil War artillery general. Yes. So, shall we continue with chapter 9? Yeah, the last one ended with Joanne cheated on me. Well, whatever. Long distance relationships don't really work out anyway. So, what are you going to do? But that episode really propelled me forward. And now I was really energized and, moving forward with my art, with my creativity. I was full of anger, anguish, and for an artist, that was a good thing. But there are other things I had to do in school. It wasn't just art. I minor in political science, and a lot of that involved writing debates and actual debates. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. I mean, political science was easy. All you have to do is lie. Art was hard because you had to be honest with yourself or you couldn't create. Let's start with this passage. Although inundated with academic responsibilities, I served as the vice president of the National Golden Key Society during my senior year. Rooted in tradition, the society president and vice president were each assigned a secretary elect. My secretary was a soft spoken beauty named Anne. Anne and I would occasionally spend time together going over budget plans and mapping out monthly events for the club. But our association was purely platonic. I had neither time nor interest in entertaining social luxuries such as a relationship. But fate eventually dealt us an unexpected card. Blonde hair, blue eyes, and fair skin, Anne was conservative in attire and proper in mannerism, a true embodiment of a Midwesterner of the mid 1980s. She could have easily been the cover model for a 1950s Get Housekeeping magazine. I, on the other hand, was an artist with a mop of perm mullet who roamed the campus in a paint splatter army jacket and torn boat shoes. We were the epitome of an odd couple on campus. In the late afternoon on February 14th, Glenn and I returned from a full day of conquering moguls and trails at the Keystone Mountains, oblivious of the day's significance. John, there's someone at the door for you. My housemate, Ed, came rushing down to my basement dwelling. Who is it? I was not expecting anyone. It's a beautiful white girl. Ed had the most mischievous look on his face. Oh shit, I forgot. It's Valentine's Day. I quickly put on presentable clothes and rushed up the stairs to the living room where Anne had been waiting. Oh, hi. Anne greeted me with enthusiasm. Oh, Anne, sweet Anne, I didn't make any reservations for us. You kids have fun. Don't stay out all night. Silly Ed went to his room on the upper floor that he shared with his fiancée Claudia. I could hear them giggling like children. Anne drove us to downtown Denver. Although I completely neglected one of the most important holidays in a romantic relationship, Anne remained her cheerful self as we walked from restaurant to restaurant on snow-covered sidewalks in search of an open table. We finally got lucky around 9 p.m. and had our Valentine's Day dinner at a Polynesian restaurant. Why do you spend so much time in the art studio? Anne asked. Because that's where my soul is. Only Linda could comprehend my devotion to art. You're so different from the guys I dated. Really? How so? Anne got my attention. Well, first of all, you're a passionate artist and you have traveled the world. Well, not the world, just a handful of countries in Western Europe, I pointed out. But that's more than what most people have done around here. So where have you traveled to so far? Well, my family is originally from Chicago, and for leisure, I have been to Colorado Springs. Right, that's when you dated that Air Force cadet, right? Anne blushed. With all the countries you have been to, which one is your favorite? Anne asked. Germany. I'd always been fascinated with German history, and the castles along the Rhine River made a lasting impression on me. Really, I think I'm part German. Anne's last name closely resembled that of the revered and well-loved colonel in command of the paratroopers in Rommel's Afrika Korps, Obus Ramke. As the evening progressed, I slipped into my art mode, and my mind wandered off to elusive performance art, not to be confused with performing art, and the notion of negative space versus positive space in a three-dimensional environment. Flashbacks of a late night coffee break from Schrader Art Building with my mentor Linda glazed my vision. To most, this is a banana cream pie, but you described it as a dreamy pie skirted with wavy ruffles because you're an artist. Linda credited me. I long for Linda's creative passion and intellectual intoxication. After dinner, Anne dropped me off at the house, and my inquisitive housemates demanded details from my date. Yes, details. First, I screw up. Didn't make any reservations for dinner, and I didn't buy her flowers or a gift. We walked around downtown for over an hour until we found a place that would feed us. I reported dutifully. My buddies wanted more, but I had none to give. I bought Anne a gift to make up for my Valentine's Day negligence when I visited her at her home the following weekend. Mom, this is my friend John. John is an artist. Anne's family home was a modest single-story dwelling in a quaint suburb of Denver. Welcome, young man. Please sit down. If I didn't know better, I would have assumed the lady was Anne's grandmother. I got you something. I revealed a box that was perforated with breathing holes. Oh my God, John, is it alive? Anne was excited. Young lady, you know you're not supposed to have pets. You have to be careful with your allergy. Anne's mom reminded her. Can I open it? Of course. As Anne reached out for the box, I jolted it to simulate movement within. Oh my God, it's a stuffed animal puppy. Anne burst out laughing, amused by my trickery. Romantico desperado. Linda often called me a hopeless romantic. The full year of studying abroad in Italy completely immersed Linda into one of the world's most refined historic cultures. Linda went to Italy as an art student and returned as a full-blown artist with the essence of an Italian painter. If you're impassioned about art, Linda often reminded me, then you must devote yourself wholeheartedly. I invited Anne to visit me in my painting studio at Schrader Art Building one evening. What do you think? I asked, motioning to a piece I was working on. What is it? Anne asked. It's one of four paintings, a part of the installation from my honor thesis. The poor girl was lost while staring at the large canvas caked in gray, black, and red, with a ghostly white humanoid breaking in the plane in a 45-degree angle. It's colorful. Anne hesitated, not wanting to say the wrong thing. Honey, there's no right or wrong answer, I encouraged her. It's just very bright. Anne looked at me, somewhat embarrassed for not being able to conjure up deep thoughts over the piece. My poor girl didn't have a shred of creativity in her. How about this? I lifted a 5-foot tall abstract figure that is the embodiment of figure drawing in 3 dimensions. Canvas wrapped rusted barbed wire. Anne looked baffled. Picture this figure partially embedded in the concrete wall, while a third of its body is attempting to pull itself out. Can you see it? I began to hum the song Cry by Gartley and Cream. I closed my eyes and allowed the song to navigate my creative current. You don't know how to ease my pain. You don't know. You don't know how to ease my pain. Grappling the 8-foot section of canvas wrapped barbed wire, I began to contort and twist the lines as if I were drawing in space. Rusted barbed wires pricked through the canvas and cut into my gloved hands, yet I continued to animate my innermost demons. breathing a soul into the lifeless found object. You're so talented, and I wish I could understand it more, and was always positive and full of encouragement, even though she couldn't grasp the nuance of my being. Let me walk you to your car. I have a long night ahead. When I'm in my creative mode, I often overnight at Camp Schrader. When Anne playfully suggested that if my thesis opening night falls on the same evening as the Golden Key National Honor Society dinner, as secretary to the vice president, she may be obligated to attend the dinner and miss my show opening. And as the vice president, I may have to miss my own opening. Anne was only kidding, but I rudely belittled the gentle soul with unkind innuendos, ending by telling her that her presence at my show wouldn't matter, since she had no understanding of my work. I was a total dick. In the ensuing weeks, I had tack gauge canvas with palette knife, caked in thick oil paint. Swivels of lines were added with jagged charcoal sticks in areas where the oil had dried. I worked feverishly around the clock to satisfy the merciless fiend within me. The conceptual sketch conceived of afflictions ultimately gave birth to a 31-foot wide by 10-foot tall three-dimensional installation. Additionally, life-size abstract figures concocted of canvas-wrapped rustic barbed wires were also created to accentuate the installation. On my honor thesis opening night, Anne showed up in an adorable sky blue ruffled dress. I was too engrossed in a philosophical discussion with another female patron over the significance of my wall installation and paid no attention to my sweet, sweet Anne. Like the thorn-infested barbed wire figures, I pricked Anne unjustly. A week before our graduation, Anne invited me out for a Sunday brunch. I just want to let you know that I'm engaged. My sweet Anne. Really? I was surprised, but not entirely disappointed. He's not wild like you, but he's very nice to me, and deserved all the kindness in the world could afford. Well, congratulations, and as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. I didn't know what else to say. Are you happy, John? Anne's carrying words like an angelic ray warmly shone down on my purgatory. Perhaps I didn't want to be happy. Since my creativity derived from emotional upheaval, perhaps I felt the need to bathe in misery so I may cast my raw passion onto the next art piece. Oh, my sweet Anne, love fades, only pain could last for all eternity.